So, Kevin, you know why you're here, right? Robbery?
I just don't know.
Look, this doesn't have to be hard. I actually just want your side of the story, okay? Can you just tell me in your own words what happened yesterday?
Okay. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering what I'm doing with the suitcase that clearly belongs to the lamos in the back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wondering.
Well, to answer that, we have to go back a little bit. That's me as a kid.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
I always consider myself a bit of an awkward guy. That's Kyle. He's the Getaway, and my BFF. We met at the ice cream social. He was having chocolate ice cream, and I sort of had vanilla. I was a bit more of a vanilla guy anyways. I heard that chocolate actually melts faster, and people tend to eat it faster as a result. And I just don't like to rush things like that in life. If there's one thing in life I don't like doing, it's speed and rushing.
Could you, not to rush you, could you get to the point, like, what happened on the day?
I was getting there. You see, I was always sort of the outcast in life. For instance, back in middle school, I had this sort of...
No, I meant, like, closer to the day of.
But you see, then you'll miss all the context that I was preparing for this. For instance, a week before the robbery, my boss called me to have a bit of a heart-to-heart chat, if you know what I'm saying. That's my boss. He was sort of big and foreboding. He actually kind of reminds me of you, like a bit of the same facial features. Did you, like, are you two related?
I don't know who you're talking about.
So anyway, this sort of boss of mine calls me in and gets really angry all of a sudden, and I just don't know what his deal is. So he fired me.
Oh.
It was a bit of a domino effect of a bunch of different factors. Maybe it was the Bug Palace incident that sort of tipped him off to this whole thing.
What's a Bug Palace?
Well, I'm glad you asked. You see,
Wait, no.
You take a bunch of mason jars. It's just a sort of weekly thing where you fill a mason jar full of bugs and you put it on your desk and you make a little palace out of it week by week. Sometimes it extends to the boss's desk. Long story short, got fired that day, and I was just feeling a little low. Thankfully, good old Kyle had just the pick-me-up in mind.
Yeah, stealing someone's briefcase.
No. It was a suitcase. You see, there's actually a big difference between a briefcase and a suitcase.
Okay. Are you Googling the difference between a suitcase and a briefcase right now? It's really... It doesn't matter. We can just move on with the...
You know, the thing about knives that you don't think about is that someone had to invent them. So fun fact, my favorite knife is actually the kitchen knife. I don't know why it didn't use it in the heist. How'd they come up with that phrase, train of thought? Like, I always wondered that. What did they call it before there were trains? I guess it was just a sentimental attachment to the middle school days. Really, if you go through life and you say that you haven't peaked in middle school, then honestly, what are you doing in your life? So that's when I got into the car.
Get in here, go on, hurry. Let's see the money.
You saw that, right?
We did it. I saw that. The money in there. My mind is blown. Yes, we did it.
You know, sometimes in life, a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta do. Someone called this an end. I would call this a new beginning. So anyway, what was your question again?
You know, to be honest, I don't even remember what you're in here for. You can just go.
Okay. Catch you later.
Yeah, What?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Detective Pickles. This is our sketch artist today, Mr. Jones. I know you've been through a lot. If you could just give us any information that would aid us in figuring out what the guys who robbed you looked like.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
for sure.
So, the night you were robbed, there were 3 perpetrators. Can you just describe off the top of your head, just like what any of them looked like to you?
Yeah, I think so. I can kind of go over one of them. God, it happened really fast. One of them was like, like shorter hair. He also had like, smaller than normal eyes. That was like one of the big things I noticed. But yeah, that was kind of all I noticed was just there was the eyes. I wish I had more information, but it happened really fast.
How is his jawline? Sharp?
Yeah, kind of. I guess you could say that. I wasn't really looking.
Pointy styled chin?
I guess you could kind of say that.
So what do you think about this?
Does this look like the man who robbed you?
God. Like I said, it was hard to remember. I mean, not really. Maybe it's the hair. I know the eyes are a little too big. Yeah, I really don't know if that was what he looked like. I'm really sorry. I don't think it was.
No, it's okay. I know this is a really difficult process. How about we just move on to the next guy?
Okay. Let's do that.
So, the next person, can you please describe them? What did
Yeah.
you see?
Yeah, I know that he had wrinkles. He was older. Older than the other guy. Longer hair, I think.
Got it, thank you. Okay.
Is this the man you saw?
I mean, not really. He looked a lot older, like I mentioned. Like more wrinkles, more like aged.
Got it. Let me make some adjustments. I think I
Okay. Cool. I mean, no. I mean, I think we should just move on. I don't think it was really correct at all.
Yeah, too realistic.
Too realistic. I know this is really difficult, kind of reliving these events, having to see their faces again. How about we just move on to the next perpetrator, if you're comfortable with
I think
that?
that'd be best.
Can you describe this last one?
He had a scar, small scar. It was like pretty unnoticeable. Skinny build, lanky.
Skinny build. Okay, would you say he was cat-like?
Sorry, cat-like?
Yeah, cat-like.
I mean, yeah, I guess he was kind of like nimble. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
It's really nice,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I mean, no, that's not at all what he looked like. I mean, like the scar. God, you even gave him cat ears. Like that's not at all.
These are really nice.
You said he was nimble.
I don't mean to be rude like this, but I mean, come on, like that's not at all what he looked like.
Hey, there's no need to be hostile here. Like, we all have our different artistic opinions.
I'm sorry, but like, I mean, maybe somebody else who could do it a little more like realistic or true to life. I don't know. It's not working right now as it looks.
If this isn't working for you, we have another sketch artist. I can bring them in really quickly. They graduated from Yale Fine Arts, so they're really, really good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think that'd be best.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, this is our new sketch artist, Steven.
Hi, sir. I understand you had some problems with our previous sketch artist.
Yeah.
I want to apologize about that. I think I can probably provide a more accurate depiction of the subject.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Give me just a few moments.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Are these the guys who robbed you?
Wait. Yeah, those are the guys.
I thought so.
I love them. They're really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, like he said, nimble.
You're cat-like.
Yeah, no, that's literally nimble. Do you think you could maybe draw one of me with the ears?
Yeah.